Now, let's take Moderna out. Let's go. It hasn't been 3 years, but well, this was 2 years ago. It was $11 stock, and then it just went wham. And this is more the pandemic movement, right? So now let's come down. We've basically let's clear everything because we hit main target. Now let's assume that we don't know anything. Okay, why did it not remove any of them? Here, we'll do this. We're going to keep the one we drew. Okay. So no, this is, remember, we're on weeks. So this is what the stock has looked like. Because we have a brand high. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's been quite some time. Let's see, where did they dump it? Okay, you see, now this is interesting. All right, you see what we did? This is kind of when they first kind of people paid attention to them, was 11 last year. This is, yeah, we were about $60 and it spiked all the way up to 162, then internal selling, and then boom, it's gone up. I looked at it right here. A lot of the insiders sold, like a lot of the ownership sold a lot of shares right here, but it makes sense that it tripled, right? And then it went parabolic. Now let's see where we are. It's pretty much playing the math. So this is the 282 is going to be a very big telltale sign, right? If Moderna cannot get above this 282, then it is confirming that we are in a downward trend, and watch out, because what goes up, has a tendency to go down. Now, if we can get above this 282, then look for it to like, hopefully that will find our footing, because we hit look above and fail, and held the 38%. And this is weeks, so we're basically 1, 2, 3 weeks. We held it, right? The 231. Now, it doesn't matter. We went all the way to 208. We're holding this 231 right here, right? If we can hold that, then great. I would be a little bit more apt to buy this above the 282. Let it show me that I can get above this 50% and turn from negative to like negative momentum back to positive momentum, and I'll get back in with the target of 614 eventually. But it has to get above this 50% mark before it gives me any interest. All right, let's go back to the days. And as you can see it, like we were holding it and it gapped down that day, right? You kind of see we were holding the 618. The next day we gapped to the 50. The next day we gap down to the 318. So these are basic gap days. So if we can get ourselves, so we're filling up this gap right here. We get ourselves above this 282, then we're looking to fill that next gap at 332. Hopefully that made sense. Pfizer, yeah, look for opportunities to get back in. I see absolutely nothing wrong with Pfizer. The only thing I see is look for opportunities to get back in. Merck, man, look at this. This Merck was looking so amazing November 4th. And then it's the last 2 weeks, it just, ugh. But let's keep in mind, if it holds the 11.8 low, which would be 79.88, then like let's say it can't breach basically the 618, I'd be a buyer, but I want to see it test it first, see what it does. If it can maintain, hold, buy. But if it breaks, then look to get in maybe at the 78.66. But really kind of pay attention, because it could just continuously go down from there. United Health Group kind of pooped its pants this week. If we can hold this 127 from over here, probably I'm gonna give this 1 week, and then what we're gonna start erasing some lines like we did on Moderna, just because it's starting to get cluttered. and I want to look at it from a new perspective. Yeah, looking to see if it can hold this 127. If it can hold that, then it would be interesting. But until it can show me what it's doing, I would stay away. AstraZeneca, man, just think, we were like 3 weeks ago, and we were way up here, 64. Now we're at 56, on the downward trajectory of everything. I give it some time, because this is just disgusting. Like, this is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. And we're also below the 50%. We're at the 236, right? That's at the very bottom of this from here to here. So we could, it kind of looks like we'll probably go to the bottom, or at least 50% of the larger trend. Kind of, let's bring it out, see what, right? So we're right here, 50% of the bottom. The trend was over a year ago, so that's why you can't see it. But the 100% was right here. We almost hit our 100%, and then we just got crashed down to the 50. Give it like another week, kind of see what it does. ABBV. Yeah, right here. If it holds this right here, the 115.68 area, right around there, I would be a buyer, but anything below that I would sell. But yeah, looks like we could try to retest the highs of 12153. Bristol Myers, oh man, it looked like we had some action, right? All the way before this last week when we were about over here. And really going into the week before, we're looking good, but this is just, it lost everything on Friday. But this could be a nice liquidation break all the way to the 786, right? This one right here. But that's for the downside, right? Coming down to here. So if it can hold this, it might be a decent buy, because this could just be a liquidation break, getting out all these people that were long right here, clearing them out. Then right here, if it holds this, I'd be a buyer, but watch out, we could come down to the 56, and if we get to the 56, then we might come up back up to the 57, then roll over way down to the 55. GILD, Gilead Sciences. It looks like we are going. Looks like we're going to break higher. Like the squeeze is going to fire higher. I like this. Target 70 makes the list. I like that. Johnson & Johnson. We're having a hard time breaking away from this 161, but it is showing us quite a bit of support. I would get it. Anything below the 161 is your target to get out, but we're squeezing. It looks like the momentum's down, but we keep maintaining. As long as we maintain this teal line that we drew, and it's also the 127, then yeah, I'm in there. I mean, it's 127 on the downward, but it's also a teal line that we drew for ourselves. So JNJ 161. Sarepta Therapeutics. Ugh, this just looks terrible. I'd give it one more week, maybe a couple weeks. Let's see what it does when we get to this teal line, if it holds this teal line or if we break below. But other than that, I don't like it. That's a lot of red days.